By the grace of the Almighty Allah, first of all, I am going to be introduce myself. So today's topic is that monitoring of survey works Upatala Health Complex level is known as primary healthcare station or sub-district public hospital. The work of me is to repair the repairable equipment and discharge or beyond equipment declare the beyond economic repair. Those equipment is not possible to repair due to expire their lifespan. So today my discussion on me, Engineer Mohammad Anwar Hussain, PhD in Biomedical Engineering, Technical Manager of Repair, NIMU and TC, Health Service Division under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Today I convey my thanks, gratitude, respect, honor, affection to my team, those who are working in Healthcare Services Division under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and the staff of National Electromedical Equipment Maintenance Workshop and Training Center, proposed as Department of Medical Engineering and Training. So I salute to my Chief Technical Manager, Engineer Joyanta Kumar Mukhmatia. So I am bounded to do the work and I am so much pleased on the team of those who are actively working in the field level for the investigation and sorting the repairable and repairable medical devices such as X-ray, ultrasound, ECG, diathermy, anesthesia machine, as well as OT table, OT light, and even centrifuge, etc. Near about first time 7 items has been pre-marketed by our ministry, and then we added some items in order to obtain good outcome from the equipment to the patient. So our vision is to ensure safe functionality of all sorts of medical devices that are related with the patient outcome. So our job is maintenance and repair as well as preventive maintenance. So from 2 or 3 days ago, our beloved technical manager, engineer Mr. Mohammad Nasir Hasan and me, and we work along together the section in charge, all sorts of technical staff of NIU by the guidance of Chief Technical Manager. So today I am supervising and monitoring after the office what is the situation of the field level, and I think it is very helpful session for us to share knowledge and pass your valuable comments to understand the defective spare parts and identify and their model part number, as well as we have framework and input to EGP, and we are committed to repair near about 1,220 equipment that is ordered by the respected Secretary Health and Family Welfare and the committee and DGHA. So thank you very much for giving me the scope to supervise and monitoring, and it is my job. So I would like to start now. We'll come to the point. This is my ID. If I go to next slide, here we are given some team member. I do not mention his name because some team member give this photo. We are doing that. This is the anesthesia machine. Here is two cylinder. One is oxygen, another is nitrous oxide, and there is a lot of pipe connection. This equipment has been used in order to unconscious the surgical patient and at a time for inhalation and exhalation and need the ventilator maybe in Itozola, it is done by mechanical ventilation or ambulance like that. If we see that those in index, one line is nitrous oxide, another is oxygen. This goes to the vaporizer through rotometer, and this vaporizer goes to the mask and to the patient close, then he or she will be unconscious. This is the main objective. So it is very much essential equipment for the surgeon. So what is our engineering contribution? We need to repair, maintain, and decontaminate the equipment and save outcome, derivation the vaporizer, and need to understand all sorts of the spare parts. So I do not go to details. Time is very short. I have given the training and shared the knowledge with our team. They made very well. This equipment shows that if we do the service and change some hose pipe and clean this machine, and here is a lot of bulb, maybe not working since long. After cleaning, I hope that this will be rust. So in this regard, I would draw light and attention to the in charge of mechanical division, engineer Mr. Munir Islam. If I proceed on next slide, that another X-ray machine, it may be 500 or 300. There is no written document is there, but I understand this equipment seems old. Here is the X-ray table. The main problem is that here is the corrosion. This corrosion needs to minimize to denting, painting, epoxy powder coating. This is the view. And another is for other machine. This shows that simultaneously. So we need to apply DC voltage between anode and cathode. This is the anode, this is the cathode. And this side have a filament. If any sorts of problem of the filament or rotor, then radiation will not be passed. So here is next time I will show the generator, how to control the trading, how to take the high voltage scan, everything. So a X-ray machine consists of some major spare parts such as control box or control panel and high voltage scan, which is known as generator. That we use inverting circuit. That means first of all is given 220 voltage, then high voltage generator generate high voltage including high frequency. And then near about comes to DC, then we use rectifier and inverter. And inverters work is to provide the DC power supply here. If we supply the AC voltage, then terminal should be changed positive and negative. So in that cases, rotor will be moved, but another issue is that radiation will not be come. So this is the configuration of this machine. Our field engineer, our staff, Mr. Shajamal, sincerely taking this machine. After taking, we will attend the office, we discuss, and his findings will compare with our software as well as service catalog. And finally, we decide which types of spare parts is damaged. Logically, we understand, and we talk over cell phone, as well as decide how much spare parts is needed for safe running this machine. And it is our framework and it is easy to repair and run this machine. If I go to next slide, this also another explanation. This is the tube stand. It is listed brand. I do not know when it is supplied. Maybe this machine is configured, and I understand it is supplied more than 10 years, 2010, hopefully. And I have the data. This is the control panel, wall mounted, and this is the tube. This is the generator. Or this polymeter, there you adjust button, and this tube rotational arm. By rotation, we can make X-ray or cabin or other lumbar spine, cervical spine, or chest X-ray. Another side has cabin baki, stand baki. So we understand here is also two cable. One goes to anode, another goes to cathode. So if I open this side, this also cathode, and cathode here is filament, and filament given another power supply, and also this is the high voltage stand. From this high voltage stand, there is inverter circuit. From this inverter circuit, directly 8-meter cable are used to, so this cable comes to the input of the generator and these two cables output of the generator. So the performance of the X-ray due to in this stand there is oil, iron core, and general sophisticated component has been used. So it is known as X-ray generator. Basically, it is a copper transformer. This is transformed high voltage, low voltage to high voltage. This is the state of transformer. Example, our input is single phase, then that is 220 for 3 phase, 440, and this is the input voltage. And output voltage for X-ray will be designed 40 to 125 kV or 150 kV DC voltage. So we need to enhance or improve the voltage, the action of the transformer. Frequency should be same, power should be same, and current differ according to the voltage. It means that if power is 30 or 50 kilowatt, it should be constant, and the frequency of the voltage, example 50 hertz, should be constant. Only variation the voltage versus current. So example 220 voltage, the ampere should be higher. When it's generated high voltage, then ampere should be lower. But for lower ampere and high voltage, we use DC cable. From this DC cable, this goes to another receptor. So in this X-ray machine, we have some IGBT board, filament board, rotor control board, X-ray control console board, as well as power supply board, motherboard, etc. But all sorts of boards are directly dependent on first electrical voltage. If electrical voltage fluctuation, then output could not keep in connection. So turns ratio of the transformer, example, I need to apply 60 kVA. Here is 200 kVA. In the ratio 100 and 2, it means for 1 volt there is 500 volts. Again I am speaking 200 is to 100 kV. Then for 1 voltage, 1 volt, there is changes near about 500 volts. So for 1 voltage drop, output would be wrong. So in this regard, we use the line compensation circuit to recover the voltage. Moreover, we use the voltage regulator where we are see the control panel. From this parameter, we set the kV, MA and seconds. For this type of machine, depending on the physiological organ, the radiographer will decide how much MA is needed for the particular organ. Example for chest X-ray, at one radiographer, depending on the patient's size, weight, and chest, etc., selected voltage is 65 or 60. Then MA, how much MA and how much second. The major benefits and standard is that we should always try to reduce exposure time. Shorter exposure time, higher MA. And longer exposure time need lower MA. So multiplication MAs, that is called dose. So we need to minimize the dose during the radiation. After repair, we need to calibrate the equipment according to milliampere and second and kV. We need to make a graph. And for particular anatomical program, we need to select the voltage. Today's machine and technology tell that automatically when a patient inserted there is AEC, automatic exposure control. If we set only voltage, then machine calculates how many doses, 200 ms or 400 ms or 300 ms, automatically exposure has been given. But in this machine, we are viewing that here is the control. I am not sure there is automatic exposure control, yes or no, built-in or not. So thank you to the for viewing. We are viewing that the hospital staff is viewing and our sufficient engineer demonstrating the control panel. Thank you very much. Next, same conventional anesthesia machine with the rotometer, and here is two oxygen and oxygen and nitric oxide line. This is the tray. This is the pressure gauge meter. Here the emergency switch, etc. panel, and beside we have one nitric oxide and another is oxygen. In Ubudala Health Complex, maybe yet not, we have no central oxygen. Thank you. And next come to the electrocardiography, which is used for detection of the heart diseases. So an ECG machine is an electromedical device or meter. By applying this meter on the human body, the graph represents and the normal and abnormal condition heart can be detected. So there is control panel, there is 6 channel, 3 channel, and 12 channel ECG machine in the hospital. I think that this is sophisticated and some are patient interpretation auto report system. This also not running. I think that this is very old machine. It may be a repair or not, I understand, and it will come. Brings to our menu, we have given a order, all sorts of portable ECG machine that are me, as well as analyzer sent to the menu, and in-house we engineer investigated and necessary spare parts are inserted and delivered to the hospital safely. So ECG machine is an essential for the Upudala Health Complex because it is the primary health care. More patients in the urban and region need to investigate cardiac problem. So it is the preliminary and basic. And this another machine, I see the condition of the machine. Maybe this machine used longer time. So do not, I think that this machine will be beyond economic repair. And next machine is the ultrasound here. See proof 1, transducer 1, 2, 3. I think this machine is good and I do not find out the model. Maybe it will. I think that it has been supplied 2013 or 2015. I do not remind because usually I do not attend to the meeting. I have no more time during procurement and I was engaged in this work. That time during procurement, I collect catalog and during survey and make the inventory. So we see that two types of probe, one for kidney, another for abdomen, another for cardiac, etc. So what is the problem? There is cover page we are seeing that. I think that this machine is good and will also good, need to clean and maybe get the software. If we inserted the software, then machine will be up. No need more cost to repair and run this machine. The performance of the machine is good. But I am viewing that users use very much legend because this machine, this paper is still now okay, these are okay, these are okay. And we are viewing that there is screen and screen is dirty and trackball, joystick and control panel also dirty. If frequent use, there should be fail. And I hope that this must be possible to repair by being professional. Another equipment we are doing that surgical diathermy, sometimes siloso pottery bole, surgical equipment. At the right moment, there is mention model and manufacturer. It may be Alien Article and Turbine. It may be the Indian or other company machine. There is the switch, starting and probability. Starting this probability switch, bipolar or monopolar versus and the tray is not good enough. So for this machine, dangerous thing is that after repair, we need to proper grounding. If the proper grounding is not done by our engineer calibrate, here is the problem with the stainless steel. And if fail the line, then comes to the electronic board, then whole machine will be electrification. If anybody touch, he has transferred into unnecessary way. So we need to calibrate it and we need to make a guideline. Already we have built the guideline to every hospital. And in that case, if there is a stoppage and class, we have the tripping. After repair is corrected tripping. And we measure the voltage by voltmeter, first test line and neutral, and then neutral to earthing, and as well as earthing to neutral. So some voltage will be here, example 5 to 6 volt or 10 volt up to neutral. But same cases, if example there is line to neutral, if it is 220 volt, same voltage will be given, will be found line and earthing, but between neutral and line, it will be not more than 10 voltage. To check the ground. So I would like to request all my staff, they know very well, but even the gentleman remind us to check it carefully and after repair, we give them the training to the staff and we will continue. Next one, we are doing the suction machine. If we see that in the modern hospital like neuroscience, specialization hospital and medical college hospital, many has provided more than enough wall suction machine, central vacuum pump, and backup, etc. But since it is not established, yet established, the central vacuum pump and for a small hospital, it will not be wise. That's why same with your other agency. Procure this type of equipment. The price of the equipment is average depend on motor and country of origin. It's varies if you go to the market. Once upon a time, I do not know the present price in India. Not more than 65 or 75,000. Depend on motor and use fans suction machine. I have seen here there the price of the typical near about 1,85,000. They are sophisticated motor. Here is the suction regulator. How many blood or liquid need to suck by this way. That depends high and low, like clockwise then higher, anti-clockwise lower. This is the pressure gauge. How much pressure is needed? Here is the reservoir button is there, the switch, and it has also the foot switch. During the operation, surgeon use the foot switch. I do not see maybe other side. And it is a good tray to keep the suction tube, and with the suction tube in front side, we have suction narrow tube used. But for every patient, need to steroid or steroid. And here is the power supply plug. This is the German type plug. This is positive, this is negative, this pin is up. But I would like to request my staff during a repair and after functioning, we need to German type socket in the wall, replace by one mental socket, then it will be functioning properly. And this is the stand. Next. Now I come to the voltage stabilizer. This stabilizer we have supplied to the level of hospital in order to keep the constant voltage. The voltage stabilizer has been supplied from the unit. In the remote area, the power of the RED is not good enough. Sometimes fluctuates and jet transfer of performance not enough good for the medical devices. So in that cases, we have supplied over the year near about 60 to 70 stabilizer. During the purchase, the procurement fee not considered it, but we have supplied this sort of stabilizer from a reputed company. And here is the servo motor. Here is also servo motor. Here input voltage fluctuates, then servo motor control the output. There is a lot of panel as a control panel, the oscillator, and this also sometimes a connector and a relay, etc. is there. If we come to another point, just near about 10 days, Sir Jahangir, our expertise technician, Alpha, is wishing to understand the ECG machine. I have given the training and make the video how to repair the filter machine. Now he's set up, and also I told him I hope he'll investigate this machine and find the fault. He'll discuss it with the nurse and hospital authority. Thank you very much. And next, if I open this my microphone, then you can understand from Diagnostic Laboratory
উপজেলা হেলথ কমপ্লেক্স সিরাজদি খান জেলার 300 এমএসা ব্র্যান্ডের এক্স-রে মেশিনটি এটা হাই ভোল্টেজ ট্যাঙ্ক উইথ কন্ট্রোল বক্স, এটা ফিলামেন্ট বোর্ড।
আমি এটার একটা স্টোরি বলি ভিডিওতে। এই মেশিনটা কেনা হয় 2003 সালে। এটার দাম ছিল 13 লাখ প্লাস। 30টা ইউনিট কেনা হয়। এই ইউনিটগুলো যখন মেশিনে সার্ভে করা হয়, আমি একসাথে ছিলাম। এটার মধ্যে অটোমেটিক এক্সপোজার কন্ট্রোল ছিল, সেটা আয়ন স্ট্যান্ডার্ডটা আলাদা ছিল। 2003 থেকে আরম্ভ করে আজকে আমি যদি ধরি তাহলে ধরে নেওয়া যায় 7 বছর, আর হয়তো 23 সাল, মোটামুটি 20 বছর এই মেশিনটি কাজ করছে। 7 টাইম রিপেয়ার করা হয়েছে। এই মেশিনটার ইনিশিয়াল কোরিয়ান মেশিন ছিল, পারফরমেন্স ভালো ছিল। এই যে সিরাজদি খান বলা হচ্ছে, এই সিরাজদি খান আমার মনে আছে রমজান মাসে 2003 সালের মেবি সেপ্টেম্বর মাসে আমি বাস দিয়ে গিয়েছিলাম এবং আমি স্কুল ইঞ্জিনিয়ার ছিলাম, ডিপার্টমেন্টের দায়িত্ব ছিলাম। তখন এই মেশিনটা ইনস্টলেশন করার সময় কোরিয়ান ইঞ্জিনিয়ার ছিল এটা ইনস্টল করা হয়, তারপরে এই মেশিনগুলো এখন আর মেরামত করা ফিজিবল হবে না, কারণ এই জন্য স্পেয়ার পার্টস রিহ্যাবিলিটেশন করে এক্সট্রা কনফিগার করা যায় না। এগুলো ছিল কনভেনশন মেশিন, আর এগুলো আমরা ফিচার ডেভেলপারে কনভেনশনাল স্কিল ডেভেলপ করা হতো। এটা ব্যাকডেটেড টেকনোলজি। আই হোপ দ্যাট ইট ইজ condemnable and discreditable from the opinion, and I would like to request the authority to supply another machine in this particular country. And then comes to instead of the internal 300 another machine. This also convenient. Well, I come this point. This also centrifuge. This is the Monsigong centrifuge machine. It is used for centrifuge work where blood or urine is collected. Then we inserted the tube to the centrifuge and start the motor or carbon brush working. So our engineer investigates the power body program. We go through another issue that we connect and fix the fuse, and also need to the primary voltage of the transformer, secondary voltage of the transformer. This power supply depends on conventional machine. So we need to get to the rectifier that ensure the power voltage okay or not. And after correction the power voltage, it is necessary to pull the motor and their RPM by the meter and speed near about 3000 or 5000 like that need to calibrate it and accordingly it takes. So I would like to thank to all. This is another analyzer, the conventional signal analyzer. Its function is good, but there is some reference to Canadian and there is some contamination which is clear. And I asked him to belong to the engineer and he said that it's possible to repair this, maybe it is possible to repair. So what is the preventive measure we need to understand? If we clean every day and calibrate by the standard solution, then we will get the good result from the start. Sometimes some moisture or dirty block the filter like this, and that's why sometimes reversible rubber need to obtain from the engineer. So in global world, uh, every hospital has good technicians, that is paramedical technicians, and their work is to ensure prevention measures and celebration is possible. Actually, it is quite impossible for it is not possible to calibrate and preventive measures from the data to other companies. In this regard, we propose divisional biomedical engineering department and in the in-house clinical engineering, at least 30 to 50 days, 2 or 3 biomedical technicians or diploma in electromedical engineering with less salary. It will provide uh, at least 1 or 2 technicians or 1 diploma electromedical engineer in Hogala Health Complex. I hope it will bring good benefits. I investigated near about minimum $1 million has been invested in the Hogala Health Complex for nothing medical purpose. There is still a dental, using 1 or 2 PI. Some hospitals have DI, ultrasound, vital sign monitor, anesthesia machine, OT line, HKD, air conditioning, and medicinal, etc. Also contain I state that near about 2 or 3 4 liberty invested for the medical equipment. According to the law, if we provide outsourcing like that from diploma engineer, they are skilled and they have completed 4 years from polytechnic up to my life, more than 2,500. I trained them. They are performing really good. They are working in the dentist company, which is appointed in our hospital, center in district level. It will be benefited for the patient as well as reduction the harm associated with the opinion. Another issue is that quality of the healthcare will be ensured. In this research, I have tried into a pragmatic, the new and youngest individual, pragmatic, Rafiq Rahman, PMR PMT, Wani Hassan, and Rahul Bhattacharya, Ghulam Mustafa, or KPM, to attend some electromedical engineer and biomedical engineers to calibrate, to operate, and ensure safety, safe outcome, maintenance, as well as technology and children. We need to apply more and more biomedical equipment technician, electromedical diploma engineer, as well as graduate biomedical engineer. We know that today our data is that more than 500 bachelor of biomedical engineer qualified from Kuwait, with MIT or other universities. They are looking for the job. What we have discussed, we can utilize the preparation in the training center example, research and training. And we have given the training, they work with us in the hospital. They will be paid. Another issue, it will be the benefit for the private hospital as well as government hospital. Another issue is that, another benefit is that if they don't get paid in our country for the job, after the training or at the beginning, they will get a scope to abroad or job as well as they will provide the termination. So we need more engineers, near about 5,600 public and private hospitals in our country. If you think that two engineers, so near about 12,000 engineer technicians with it. So NIME is going to be the Department of Medical Engineering or Biomedical Engineering. I request to the technical manager to adapt the technique with them and share with them. And at the same time, I would like to youngest engineer to make more video in Bengali or English to share the knowledge that will be helpful. So keep safe. May Almighty bless this power and our heaven in order to take peace. Thanks to you. Assalamu alaikum.